Welcome to the show. It's about the dish. I'm Brooks. Man, we have a great recipe for you today. We're doing lobster risotto with saffron. Delicious. Few vegetables. Going to be really, really exciting. I can't wait to show you. We're going to get busy in the kitchen. Let's get started right now about the dish. Welcome into the show. Man, I am so glad you are in the kitchen with me today. I'm rocking a great dish, man. This guy right here, this skillet, will basically be our cooking vessel. Mustard greens. These are gonna give the dish some flavor, some depth, get you an al dente orzo, meaning that it's still got a little bit of a bite to it. Golden chicken right there. Oh my goodness, it's made with so much love. Arborio rice is what makes risotto. So we add some onions to our butter, soften it up, toast our arborio rice, and we'll add stock, cook it for 20 minutes. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with me today. We're gonna do a really great lobster risotto for you. So I've got a couple of tablespoons of butter going right here in the pan. This is half a red onion, and I'm gonna get it right in that butter. Get that sizzle going right away. First thing you want to hear when you drop anything into your pan is that noise right there. And so this is going to go for about a minute. I just want to get it cooking. Just get some love put on it, some of that butter. Just let it sweat down a little bit. I want to grab my measurer, and I'm going to measure out a half a cup of arborio rice. Now, arborio rice is the only rice that you can use to make risotto. Don't let anybody tell you any different. This is what you're supposed to be using is arborio rice. The grains are just a little bit smaller. They have really, really good flavor. They really take flavor well. And man, what we're gonna do with this is toast it. We're making, a really nice risotto that is filled with vegetables and then has that lobster on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and get, after about a minute, man, I'm gonna get that half a cup in there, and we're gonna make another half a cup. So 1 full cup of arborio rice. Just so I have enough for everybody. Get it right in there. This is about getting it toasted, okay? So what we wanna do, just get it spread around. Get that rice started toasting, man. You want to start seeing some brown go on it. Make sure your burner is set correctly. But the smoke will stop, the sizzling will stop, because the rice is absorbing every bit of the butter, every bit of the liquid that's come out of the onions. And so it's just soaking it all up. And it needs a whole lot of it. So we're gonna get some other liquid in there in just a moment. But that is looking really, really good. Now, you can use white wine for this. You can use Chablis for this, whatever you like. I am going to use some stock for this. And this is just just vegetable stock. All I'm gonna do is add the stock until it covers the rice. Once I get it to cover the rice, man, I'm gonna walk away from it, really. This is a 20-minute deal right here, and we're gonna have to add more liquid. So in 20 minutes, we will have used up the liquid 3 times. So we're gonna let all of this cook out as we stir it every few minutes. Once all of it cooks out, we'll add some more until we get to our 20 minutes. And in the meantime, while that's cooking, while all that's going, we're gonna do a little bit of prep that we need. The first thing that we need to do is take care of a couple of bell peppers. And I'm gonna just show you the trick with the bell peppers one more time, just so you can see that. Just get those babies cleaned up. We'll take the lobes off of each one, right down there in the notch. That has a small notch. Get that lobe off, and then that one. Because this is one of those deals that I'm leaving them kinda big. We're not dicing them up, we're kinda julienning them. So we'll get all the lobes off of these. And the reason why we're using all 3 is so we have real nice color. We want it to be pretty as well as flavorful. And now, look, you see what's happening here? I'm not turning this down any at all. I'm letting it go at a rolling boil for the entire time. And I kind of have an idea of what I'm looking for from the rice, but the rice will give me all the indications that it's done when it's done. So all my water is just about used up. I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple of more cups. And it'll slow down because my stock is not real hot. And we'll let it keep going. Now, we'll get right back to our veggies. This is about just a quick julienne. So I'm gonna go straight across each one of these just like that. Super simple. We want these to have some substance in our dish, and so not to be so small. And like this one, I'll cut in half and double up. Super simple. And man, those knife skills that I have, they come with time. So just be patient and practice as much as you can. I'll give you guys as many tips as I can on the knife skills as we go along here. It's gonna be a great dish. Y'all stick around. Man, when we get back, I'm just gonna keep on cooking for you. It's Brooks about the dish.
Can the flavor of a slow-cooked smoked sausage be so gloriously delicious that the sight of it sizzling makes your taste buds weep? For sure, it's Hillshire.
At Chef Brooks Catering, we take pride in our food and our service. Whether your event is large or small, in-home or on location, our team of culinary pros is ready to make your event beautiful and delicious. We do all things culinary. Give us a call or find us online at chefbrookscatering.com.
Dreaming of owning an RV? Well, now is the time to add a little comfort to your vacations by investing in your home away from home. Make your dream come true with Wheels RV, the #1 new RV dealer in Northwest Arkansas. We carry brands like Grand Design, Brinkley, Flagstaff, No Boundaries, and Vibe. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV. Find us 5 miles west of I-49 under the Tontitown Water Tower.
Can the flavor of a slow-cooked smoked sausage be so gloriously delicious that the sight of it sizzling makes your taste buds weep? For sure, it's Hillshire.
These veggies are really for color. They'll add flavor as well. We're gonna use 3 different bell peppers. We're gonna use some carrots, man, and we're gonna use jalapeno. Okay, welcome back. Man, our rice is all set up and I got it just cooled on a sheet tray, 20 minutes. Man, I kept adding liquid until I ran out. So I've got some butter going here. We're gonna keep going, make our arborio rice, our risotto. This is the bell peppers we cut up earlier. Gonna add them right to another tablespoon or 2 of butter. And what I want to do is start to sweat these out. Just let them go. Just get that baby about medium high. And I'm going to do a little bit more prep work while that's going. We're going to just take the tops from the asparagus and add them right to our peppers. We're going to go down about halfway. And this is, I don't know, 8 asparagus sprigs. And we'll get rid of the bottoms. We don't want to use those. But we want these tops, this top part, and I diced it up. You can see I got it as small as I could, maybe half an inch or so. And they need to go right in here as well. They are gonna require a little bit more sweating down than everything else that's going in here right now. And this is adding our color to our dish. And so all the rest of the stuff is going to go in here except for the lobster tails. They're going to get their own pan, and we'll deal with those here after a while. But one jalapeno, and I'll show you this as well. So with the jalapeno, I typically will cut it right down the middle. And you can see the rib and the seed pod. I want to flatten that guy out with my knife and get that rib out of there. It's a little bit different than regular bell pepper where you got the lobes and they're real visible. You can't see any lobe with these. They're typically just a cylinder, and you can't really tell where the ribs are inside there. So you have to just kind of get the ribs out. And I'm going to get this down to a julienne. And be real careful with your fingers. Man, make sure you use a good bridge, the good technique when you're cutting. But we want to get this down to a julienne so we can dice it up. Just like this. Real simple. And it's really kind of a rough chop. And I want to get these right in. You see, I'm leaving just a few seeds. Give it a little bit of spice too. But we want to get this sweat down as well. Let's get that moving. And you can see some caramelization already happening on those bell peppers. And man, it smells really good too. It smells really good. And that reminds me, let's go ahead and season our food right here. One of the biggest things that has to be done with this, because we're adding heavy whipping cream, we're adding cheese, we have to make sure we give this really good seasoning. And we didn't add any to the arborio rice. Salt and pepper, lots and lots of it. Don't think that I'm overdoing it, because I promise you I'm not. After I taste it, I'm probably going to want to come back and add some more. So I want to season it up real good right off the bat. And I like using the cracked black pepper as well. Just get that moving. I can smell the jalapenos too. So amazing. Now, we're going to add one other bit of color to this, and that's some fresh carrots, just shredded carrots. And I'm going to save a little bit for when I bring the risotto back, the arborio rice back into it. And just get that moving. Now check me out here. We have two other flavors we're going to make this really loved on with. This is ginger and garlic that I've finely chopped. And so I'm going to add a tablespoon. And I've combined them together. And we'll put a tablespoon of it right in there. This is the time to add that. We don't want it to burn. We want to make sure that it is just starting to season that so good. The ginger is going to give this really great flavor. You can add some tomatoes if you want, whatever you like. And now a little deglazing with that same stock. That is going to be so good, so amazing. When we get back, man, we are going to continue. I'm going to get the lobster prep for you. We'll talk about the saffron as well, about the dish.
Can the flavor of a slow-cooked smoked sausage be so gloriously delicious that the sight of it sizzling makes your taste buds weep? For sure, it's Hillshire.
So many people have a real struggle to find their place in the world. But you know, I've helped thousands of people as a real estate and lifestyle expert. As a result of that, I really understand the personalized nature and process of discovery.
Man, I feel like I found a really nice home here, for sure.
Well, and that's why I bring people inspiration that you provide, so you can stimulate their hearts and minds.
Yes, their stomachs as well. I'm a stomach guy, man.
Me too. Contact me. Let's spend some time exploring your hopes and dreams. Then I'll go out and find it for you.
once we add some stock to our vegetables and let them start to simmer, we'll add our saffron. It'll start giving color and flavor to our dish. Okay, welcome back. Let's get a little bit more stock on our veggies here, because we're gonna need stock to go with the Arborio rice here. So I wanna get just a little bit more on there so I can tell you guys about the saffron. And the saffron, it's grown in Spain. This is Spanish saffron. Crocus sativus is the plant that it comes from. Man, these are just the threads. They collect them, dry them out, and they give flavor and color to your food. And so we're using the saffron here to give our risotto a really nice color. I'm trying to complement the color that the lobster tails will end up being by adding the saffron. And I'll tell you this too, a little bit goes a long ways. So, I mean, I have a little pinch in there. There's probably 10 or 12 threads maybe that went into there, and I dropped one. I want to lose any of those because this is expensive stuff. So we'll add I'm gonna add a couple of more threads to it. And just let it go. We're gonna really see the beautiful yellow. This will give us some red tint as well to our liquid that's in here, but just gonna help with overall flavor and color of our risotto. And man, it's time for me to add our rice back. So what I'm gonna do, I always use a paper on my sheet trays, and I'll just take my Arborio rice, kind of collect it up, and go right into my pan. Just be real careful. If it starts to fold on you, man, I'll just grab it like that. I've got those chef hands. The steam and the heat doesn't bother me as much, but I want to get all of that rice into that pan, just like that. We'll get rid of this guy. And I want to mix this up. Let's get it all collected and bound together. The reason that we're gonna add cream to this, because it has to have it. So your risotto, once you plate it, should move on the plate. Once you put it down, there should be some movement to it, and some cream and some cheese will help with that big time. But I'm gonna go ahead right here, since I put this in, I'm gonna add a little touch more of our stock right in there. And to that, we'll take some of that delicious Hiland Dairy heavy whipping cream, and we're gonna add about half. Man, I want this really just to kind of cover the pan. So it's about 2/3 of that bottle. And watch, it'll just cool off on you, but look at this. Look at how that just changes the whole look of the dish. Gonna give it so much love. That's gonna thicken up really nicely. And what's gonna help with that too is we're gonna add some really nice powder Parmesan cheese to it right here, right now. And man, we gotta season it up again. It's really important, especially now that we've added the cream, that we re-season our dish. So lots of black pepper. And we're gonna use some salt. Just get a couple of good rounds going, season it real well. And man, it's important that you taste your food. Do not give your family or anybody that you're feeding a plate of food that you haven't tried yourself. Just wanna feel like, you're tasting the food that you give your folks. You want the flavor to be good. Don't give anything to anybody that you haven't really seasoned really, really well. And man, this is all about letting this thicken up. We want to let the liquid reduce by about half here. Okay, and that looks so good. When we get back, man, we're gonna get our lobster tails cooked off. We're gonna put them together, and it's gonna be a great dish. About the dish, we'll be back in just a bit. At Chef Brooks Catering, we take pride in our food and our service. Whether your event is large or small, in-home or on location, our team of culinary pros is ready to make your event beautiful and delicious. We do all things culinary. Give us a call or find us online at chefbrookscatering.com.
Can the flavor of a slow-cooked smoked sausage be so gloriously delicious that the sight of it sizzling makes your taste buds weep? For sure, it's Hillshire.
Let's finish it up. Let's make an awesome lobster risotto. Hey, our risotto is ready. All we got to do is put the love on top of it. This is butter. I'm letting brown in the stove, on the stove top, medium high skillet. These are our lobster tails. They are cold water tails. And man, I've taken them out of the shell and I'm gonna put them right in that butter. I wanna get them moving around real good. Couple of things. What's gonna happen is the water that's in the lobster tails are gonna start to come out, gonna start to evaporate, so you get a little bit of popping. So be real careful, that's why I have it on medium high. And I'm gonna season this with our seasoning mix. Salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, paprika, chili powder. Just give them some love. And man, I'm also gonna give this some lemon juice. So I'm gonna take a lemon, I'm gonna use the whole thing. Let's grab our tongs. There we are. We're gonna use the whole lemon here. So the first half is gonna go right here in the first cook. Be real careful. Don't let it get you. Now, I'm telling you, those are looking real good, and I can tell that they're ready to flip over. It's got some white coating around the edge. It's just like shrimp. They don't take very long to cook, and we don't want to overcook them. Look at that right there. I'm just telling you, this is gonna be so good. Get them right turned over. And I'm gonna add a little bit more butter. We're gonna really make sure that these have good flavor. We'll add a little bit more butter right to it. Move it around and just let it go. And I'm gonna season this side as well. Super, super simple. If you want to, you can just pour your butter right over it. I mean, you know, we'll baste as chefs. We'll get our baste on. Let that brown butter just kind of roll over to the edge. And just baste our lobster tails in that butter. Oh my gosh, that's it right there. Look at that. Now, let's make a plate, because it's time to go. We got our risotto right here. It is really good. Look at that steam. And it'll move when I get it on the plate. And that looks really, really good. So, let's take this guy right here. Let's get some of that risotto right in our bowl. Isn't it colorful? You can see the yellow that came from the saffron. Beautiful color. That is so nice right there. Those tails look really good. I'm gonna shut those guys off. That looks really, really good. I'll put my spatula right down inside the middle of that just to make sure that it's running clear. Again, they don't take very long to cook. And they'll cook up in just a few minutes. I'm gonna take those guys out of there. That is so, so great. Now, watch this. Let's get that spatula back over here. Watch this. Take that tail, go right across there, just like that. We're gonna take some of that Grow NWA microgreens, sell it right to the side, just like that. Now, one last thing, one last bit of love right here. Take a little bit more of that cheese. Look at that right there, man, that is so great. Now, last little thing here. Let's take the other half of that lemon, squeeze it over the top. Oh, yeah. That is so good. Chef Brooks makes lobster risotto, made with all kinds of love right there. About the dish, baby. It's all about the dish. I'm glad you guys got to see this recipe. I hope you're gonna try it at home. Lobster tails are so succulent, so buttery. This is saffron and lobster risotto. Man, super simple. It's something that you should never be intimidated by. You can try it at home. I'm telling you, it's gonna turn out really good. Seasoning is the key, man, it's the key. Check out all of our social media sites. You'll find our recipes right there. I'm Brooks. This is About the Dish.
Dreaming of owning an RV? Well, now is the time to add a little comfort to your vacations by investing in your home away from home. Make your dream come true with Wheels RV, the #1 new RV dealer in Northwest Arkansas. We carry brands like Grand Design, Brinkley, Flagstaff, No Boundaries, and Vibe. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV. Find us 5 miles west of I-49 under the Tontitown Water Tower.
Can the flavor of a slow-cooked smoked sausage be so gloriously delicious that the sight of it sizzling makes your taste buds weep? For sure, it's Hillshire.
If you missed any of the episodes of About the Dish, you can find every one of them on our YouTube channel, Chef Brooks TV. Make sure you go there. You know, that thumb you use, that finger you use to swipe and do all that stuff on your phone, smash that subscribe button, Chef Brooks TV. All of our videos are out there, all of our episodes. We got shorts out there. Learn cooking techniques right from me.